What do this pyramid and this tree have in common? Shapes. Ever since you were little, you've been playing with and manipulating shapes. Just like this toddler here, playing with her shapes. Let's take a trip from the home world of Euclidean geometry in Greece, all the way to us here in Champaign. Talk today about triangles. Let's talk about the pointy facts about triangles. We can classify triangles in two ways. This is something we've already covered in class. Let's do a very quick review. You can classify it by size, equilateral, isosceles, scalene. Can you remember and tell me exactly how we classify those and what they mean? Pause this video, look at these triangles, and let me know. Next, let's remember that not only can we classify by sides, but we can also classify by, that's right, angle. So let's look at these three pictures and decide which one's obtuse, which one's acute, and which one's a right-angled triangle. Rewind, pause again, take a look, write it down in your notes. Awesome work. So now here's our chart, looking by side, by angle, and what all of these mean.
Don't be afraid again to pause the video and look at this chart.
Next, we're going to remember how to use our protractor. Get that out, get out a ruler, and right now we're going to do the fun activity of the day. Okay, time for our activity. So this is going to be very hands-on using all those materials we talked about a minute ago. So I want you to draw a triangle, any triangle. Here are three of my examples. Then we're going to cut it out, outline it, and make sure that it's very clear where the edges of our triangles are. So you only have to do this once. I did it 3 times just to show you all the variations of triangles. Go ahead, pause the video, watch the steps again if you missed something. Now what we're going to do is actually label our angles. So it's very important to make sure that we identify where the angle is. This can be done in any fashion that you want. You can label it using letters like I'm doing in this first triangle, putting the base of the letter and rotating the triangle every time. You can also do it using numbers. So this can be angle 1, angle 2, or angle 3. Another really fun way to label your triangle is actually spelling words. So triangles of 3 angles, so you can spell bat, cat. We chose run. Now, take those scissors again and we're going to cut the angles off our triangle. The most important part. After you've done this, the most fun and creative part of this entire project is now happening. You need to take these 3 angles and orient them in any way you can think of. It's completely up to you. I want you to see what shapes you can make, what things you can notice about these 3 angles that you've cut off. It's okay if your angles aren't the same length. Okay, for this next pause, be as creative as you can think of. Consult your neighbors, talk to your friends, try to figure out exactly why I'm having you do this. Okay, my goal for this is for you to line up all 3 angles pointed inward just like this. And as you can see, it creates almost a semicircle where all 3 line up to make a straight line at the bottom. Know what that means? That means it equals a straight angle. You know, we've talked about these. It's 180 degrees. Great job on that activity. So now that we've talked about the actual realization of this and that it equals a straight angle, let's look at that one more time. If you need to jot this down again, make sure, open your notebook, put it down, pause the screen, and take a screenshot. Now that we've discovered this, we need to prove it. This is going to be using a proof. A proof is how we establish principles and using statements that we already know to make sure that we can say that it is always true. The first thing for this proof that we need to remember is something we've known for a really long time: parallel lines. Just like when you're walking down the street and you are on one side of the sidewalk, the other sidewalk on the other side of the street is usually parallel. These two run next to each other all the way down until it comes interacted by another line. We've also learned what this line is called. That is a transversal. Remember, that's that line that cuts across those two lines, making all kinds of angles. Let's look at this next picture. We've already covered all of these angles, what a transversal is, so if you need to remember that, please go ahead, take a look back at your notes, take a screenshot, all of the above. No worries. So now, let's take a look at the actual proof for this. If we draw a parallel line to AB, we can see that line, L. It passes through point C at the top of our triangle. Therefore, we can see that angle C and angle C naught are equal. They are vertical angles. We can also identify the corresponding angles of both A and A naught, B and also B naught. So you can see A is equal to A, B is equal to B, C is equal to C. So this is that perfect visualization of what we did on paper without having to cut up all the angles. So we can prove that A plus B plus C should equal the sum of the angles A naught plus C naught plus B naught. So all three of these sum to 180 degrees. Great work. Please, 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 please go back, listen to me say that again, redo it. It is very, very important that you know that the angles of the triangle should all equal 180. This is awesome. So now we've discovered it on our own. We've also proved it mathematically. So now let's actually apply it to real life. So we have some really cool problems that we are going to try now. So look up at your screen, make sure that you jot this down, pause the video, try to see if you can figure out what the missing angle is. Figure it out? Awesome. So when we add 55 plus 82 plus our mystery angle, those should all equal 180, right? All right, make sure you've got that. Now that we've done that, did you get 43? If you didn't, please try it again. If you still don't understand, rewatch the video. It's short, you'll figure it out. Now let's try another one, just to reaffirm that knowledge. In this triangle, we have a right angle. That's noted with that perfect little square. So that is equal to what? 90 degrees. So we now know that 90 plus 52 plus our mystery angle should equal to 180, exactly. So now we can solve that the same way we did before. So we'll take 180 minus 52 minus 90, and that should give us our mystery angle. Pause, take a second, figure that out. Did you get 38? If you didn't, please go back, try it again. You can always check your work by taking 38 plus 52 plus 90, and all of that should equal 180, just like we saw before. Dun, 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 dun. Done. Great job, everybody. We reached the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit extra about triangles. We already knew they had 3 sides, 3 angles, and all of that before we came into this. So it's good to actually be able to solve for missing angles of a triangle. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.